My history with the criminal justice system has been in and outs of county jail and state prison since I turned 18. I found out I was pregnant when I first arrived, and I ended up having my daughter while I was in custody. It was very hard. I didn't know what was going to happen. Would I be able to hold her? Who would I be able to share that moment with, as my husband was also incarcerated? The anger I felt in myself pushed me to strive to be a different person when I got out. You know, I felt I've destroyed my kid's life enough as it is. So to have another child on the way, it really affected me. And I didn't want her to continuously go through what my other children have went through. We had a difficult relationship. They couldn't rely on me. I was always in and out. When I was home, I had other things to do besides be a mom. I was never mom, really. It affected them emotionally, and I didn't want to keep doing that to them anymore. When I went into labor, I was scared. I didn't know what to expect. You know, going into labor when you're at home, you kind of know what to expect. I was sitting at the table playing cards with some of the girls, and I started to get contractions, and I was shackled in the ambulance. I had my hands handcuffed across my stomach. My feet were shackled together and then shackled to the gurney. It was so uncomfortable. When I got to the hospital, I was in labor for 22 hours. And I wasn't allowed to do nothing but lay in the bed. I wasn't able to get up and kind of walk and, you know, help with the contractions. I just had to lay in the bed. I was still shackled to the bed. The only thing that wasn't really handcuffed was my left hand. It did get scary. I was in labor for so long, they had given me a second dose of epidural. I broke out in a cold sweat, and the baby's heart rate started dropping. My heart rate, it started going through the roof. Fortunately, she came right away after that. It was scary. It was scary. And I was sitting there all by myself. They took her to the NICU, and she stayed in the NICU. I didn't get to hold her, touch her, nothing that day. They were taking me back to the jail the next morning. And luckily, I had a nice officer who was driving me back, and he took me down to the NICU so I could at least see her before I went back. But that was it. I didn't get to touch her. You know, it was through the glass. And when they left, it hurt. I think to support women that are pregnant, getting ready to give birth, maybe develop some type of program where they're able to have some time with their baby after they're born to bond, you know. Maybe have one of the jails that are closed down open just for them so they could have their baby with them, you know, to bond something. Because that time right after the baby's born is an important time with mom and baby. That did affect the relationship with me and my daughter. I mean, we love each other. There's no questioning that. It's just, there's not that tight bond. The point I decided I wanted my life to look different was when after I had my daughter in jail, I also found out that DCFS had taken my other children. To know the pain that they were feeling, I didn't want to do that to them anymore. It kind of made me realize what my choices were doing to the others, to everyone around me. The rest of my life, I want to help people. Show people that there's still people in the world that have hearts and care. The message that I would give to another parent or another mother is to keep fighting no matter what. Sometimes it feels impossible. Sometimes it feels like you're jumping over every hurdle and roadblock in the world. But at the end of the road, it's so worth it. You know, being able to hold your babies and kiss your babies and love the babies, it makes everything worth it.